the proclamation to Trent, I also wanted to mention that the Iowa Manufacturing Association, now known as Elevate Iowa, recently gave some very special and prestigious awards in the state of Iowa to 5 what they called Legends of Manufacturing. And 2 of those that were honored are from Fairfield. Our very own Dick Smith of Agri-Industrial Plastics. Dick, can you stand up? And posthumously was awarded to Jack McMahon of the Barker Company. So let's give the McMahon family Jack's memory. Again, these recognitions are because of the long involvement of these great people in our community in Iowa manufacturing, and we're very, very proud that they've always represented us so strongly and so well. So now it is my great pleasure to present the proclamation that names October Manufacturing Month in Fairfield. Trent.
Thank you, Ed. On behalf of the Manufacturers Association, I would like to thank everyone who came out today to show their appreciation for our local manufacturers in the community. I would also like to extend a special thanks to Nancy and her staff at the Chamber of Commerce for organizing this event, and especially for Gamert and Doyle Insurance, who sponsored the event. Thank you. The Fairfield Manufacturers Association currently has 20 local companies that employs over 1,500 people in our community. We get together once a month to discuss things such as best practices, plant tours, and review changing policies and upcoming events. We also support the community in ways such that this year we've given out 2 $500 scholarships to graduating seniors. We've donated $1,500 to FIDA's first annual business pitch competition, as well as getting together with FIDA and hosting a golf outing that allows us to provide a $2,000 reward to the Teacher of the Year. If anyone here today is a manufacturer and not currently part of the Manufacturers Association, but has interest, they can see me afterwards or get my contact information from Nancy.
I don't think the manufacturers in Fairfield have any plans anytime soon to stop building stuff. So that's just a good message for all of us. Before I get started, I'd like the Agri team to stand up, and I'm going to give just everybody stand up at one time, and we're kind of scattered. So Amy Jones is our Director of Business Development. Chad Christensen is our account manager, one of our account managers. Shane List, purchasing manager. Doug Robinson, director of supply chain. Rob Pettit, director of quality. Brian Burrows, sales engineer. Warren Schaefer, IT manager. Scott Ham, chief project engineer. Steve Farrell, plant supervisor. Greg Bauman, plant manager. And Lysandra Cruz, our supervisor of customer service. The reason we bring a big group every year is because the results you're going to hear about, it's all due to them. Them and the 175 people that work at Agri-Industrial Plastics. It's certainly not about the fact that I'm the one standing up here giving the update. So that being said, oh shoot, this is bad. I forgot my boss. We now just call him Legend, but his official title is Chairman of the Board of Agri, and obviously our founder and the reason that we're all here today, so, especially me, by the way. So anyway, 2015 is a very strong year at Agri. Sales are up slightly, but we've got just a lot of activity that is really strong and promising. We continue to grow our business with existing customers, great customers like John Deere, Toro, people that you think of from the fuel tank side of our business, which is now about 50% of our sales. Likewise, however, this year has been an incredible year for our standard monolayer customers, including some local companies like Hickomatum, Iowa companies like Kane Manufacturing. We're very fortunate to have a very diverse group of customers and to make a lot of diverse products. So that really helps us in evening out the risks and the load, and so it's been a great year. In addition to that, promising for next year is the fact that we have 24 new molds that we will have completed in 2015. So what that is for us is a very good indicator of what sales will be like next year. So we're continuing to build on these numbers, which is great. We also continue to try to attract new customers. We have a brand new website this year. So when you can make anything from a pig feeder to a slide to a tabletop, it's hard to really target market your customers. So you have to make it easy for them to find you. And I think we've done this year with a great new website, which is stirring up some of that traffic. I also want to say that the 24 new molds, that half of which are in process today, so I'm surprised that Rick is able to come have lunch, because I know. But we're very fortunate that we have a great partnership as well with H&H Mold and Tooling, who does 99% of that mold work for us. So great partnerships, again, local manufacturing, depending on one another, it's a great model. So in 2015, one of the things we're most excited about is our launch of Lean. And although we're not going to consider Agro to be cutting edge in this territory, because I know many of you have already been on this journey, we are really excited to see how Lean is going to change our business. And when I say change it, I mean for the better. We're certainly excited about things like eliminating waste, improving efficiencies, hopefully increasing profitability. But the most exciting thing that we're seeing from Lean is the engagement that we're getting from all of our employees. How do you tap into every employee and make sure that their information and their ideas are coming up to a point where you can actually act on them? So Lean has been a really exciting new initiative for Agra, and will continue to be for forever. Continuous improvement never ends, right? So that's been really exciting. Also, we continue to try to keep up on the facility side. Of course, last year we were here and we were talking about a big new addition, which was very visible to the community. This year we're a little bit more internally focused, keeping up with building a new shop, and then this spring going into finally focusing on the office and getting some more space for a training room, and potentially getting Chad and Amy out of the conference room that has been their office now for a few years. So that being said, again, we'd like to also thank Emerson and Doyle for hosting today. This is a great event. It continues to tell us that manufacturing is important to the community, and we certainly appreciate being here. So thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Next on the agenda is Bomer Studio with Ron Bomer, who is going around the easy way. Lori, if you would email me that link, or I will put that out for all the manufacturers. I can also put it on our website too, on our blog page, so we'll easily be able to access that.
Thank you, Pat and Tom, for hosting this. We have now just completed our 30th year of business in Fairfield, Iowa. And I'd like to introduce Paul Conley, our Vice President back there, who's been with us for 18 years, and our President, Lynn Cornick, who's rejoined us 6 years ago. Back in the early 90s, he was our manager here in Fairfield. And then we were able to bring him back about 6 years ago, and he's a local agricultural family member, and still has a few farms around. So it was really good to get him back to Iowa. Right now, we have about 55 projects in the pipeline we're working on. What we do is we build new stained glass windows for churches, courthouses, libraries, military-based chapels, and we do a lot of restoration work for stained glass across the United States, and a few international projects, all here in Fairfield, Iowa. We have a strong backlog at the moment, and our main challenge is finding enough skilled workers They can pass a background check, a drug test, and have a driver's license. Many manufacturers can relate to. And so that is the challenge. Maybe Kurt can do something about that by having the police force lighten up on youth. That's our main challenge. We're using creative ways to attract new talent and labor. Fortunately, we're in a town with an art walk, and being in an art business, this is a great location for us with all the talented artists and craftspeople in the area. And we're very proud to be members of the Fairfield community. Thank you.
Thank you, Werner. Also, at the chamber, through the end of the year, we have a temporary person that's helping us out, and she is the daughter, Patricia, of Lynn Kornick. Also, Lynn is not only affiliated with Boulevard Studio, but he's also a chamber board member, and we're happy to have his daughter, Patricia, helping at the office. Next on our list is Creative Edge Master Shop with Jim Bellalove.
Thanks everyone, thanks Werner Doyle, and I want to introduce my comrade Kevin Thornburg, our Vice President of Engineering, in charge of detailing, specifying all these projects that we do. Mostly last year was we're looking for stability and quality of work. I think I added 2 people. Also interesting, 2 machines, 1 website, and 1 software program. So we did not grow a lot, but we got a lot of things together. Usually people are interested in sort of how far afield and what kind of interesting things we did. You might be able to see when you're traveling. So let me give you a brief. This kind of tells the Creative Edge story. We did a lobby for the Pittsburgh International Airport. So if you get there, you will see that piece. A national cemetery for the military in Sarasota, Florida. A lovely Catholic church in North Dakota. Interesting thing there was the priest called up. Said, I think we're going to really remake our church. How was that? Actually, we're rich now, because we're in the okayless land. Actually, had a lot of oil. We did a marvelous monument to the Air Force, the Blackland Air Force Base. This is one I'll have on an open house in the next week or 2. It's a very fitting thing for a big plaza in San Antonio. A villa for the actual Prince of Saudi Arabia. That's actually something we're finishing, and we probably won't get And another one we can look forward to is doing the Pacific Coast Highway of California, which is known as the world's most beautiful road. So if you go on Highway 1, there will be 4 monuments that are spherical. And so that is really our sort of game. That's what we do. We find very interesting monuments and things to fabricate. Everything we do is here, everything's with local people, and it is as much as ever going all around the world for specialty locations and venues. And thank you very much for inviting us, and we've got if you look for some open houses, we will come out and kind of walk on and see these doing it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Next on our list is Dexter Laundry, Inc. with Craig Kirchhoff.
Good afternoon. My name is Craig Kirshner, and I'm responsible for sales, marketing, and customer service at Dexter Laundry. This is my first time to attend this event, so I don't know if this is normal, but wow, what a turnout. Is it normal?
Yes.
This is fantastic. There's a lot of great things happening in Fairfield, and Dexter Laundry is very glad to be a part of that. I've got two individuals here with me today to represent Dexter Laundry. Eric Jensen is our plant manager. And we've got Trent Hamlis, who you all know, he's part of the Manufacturers Association, as well as the engineer at Dexter Laundry. Dexter Laundry is part of a holdings company based here in Fairfield, Iowa. We're one of 6 companies, and 4 of them are based here in Iowa, and 2 of them are in Wisconsin. And I'm happy to say that the holdings company as a whole is having a very good 2015, and probably will have a record year on top of a record year last year. So we're very excited about that. And Dexter Laundry specifically is having a very good year. We expect to have, knock on wood, we expect to have another record year ourselves on top of the 2014. That was a very good year. A lot of that is coming from customers in North America, existing customers in North America who are experiencing great growth in both Benden Laundry and industrial laundry. And we're starting to ship more and more products internationally. A lot of our growth is coming international. We're shipping to probably 40 countries, over 40 countries now around the world. And part of our initiatives over the last couple of years is to work with regulatory agencies to get our products approved in all these different countries. And for those of you that ship internationally, it's a very challenging exercise to get your products approved in all the different countries. So we spent a lot of time, energy, and resources to make that happen over the past couple of years. In addition to that, we launched a new website for coin laundromats, which basically is a web app that takes the laundromat business to the cloud. And so a laundromat owner can basically manage their business on any device at any time, anywhere. So they can log on and look and see how much revenue that their store has made in real time. Time of day, day of week, how long, week to month, or I'm sorry, month to month, or year to year, how much money they make by machine. So it's an app that's we launched at a trade show in Atlanta earlier this year, and it's really taken off extremely well. And people are asking for that type of management system so they can manage their businesses better. Some of the other things that we've done is introduce some new products, new controls across the board on our vended products. So again, it helps our coin laundromat owners manage their stores better, helps them drive revenue for their businesses. And then the OPL, or what we call the on-premise market, which is the hospitality market, is a growth initiative for us as well. So as we get into long-term nursing homes and hospitalities, that's an area that we've not done as well in the past, and we put some emphasis on that in the past couple of years, so we're seeing some growth in that area as well. So we're looking forward to a great 2016, and hopefully we'll be back next year to report another record year. So thanks for having us.
Thank you. Next is Fairfield Casting with Gus Miller. One of the side effects of a wonderful crowd is the difficulty of transversing up to the podium.
Thanks. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for having us here. Good to see the turnout. 2015 has been a challenging year for us. I'd like to first say that we lost 2 of our family members, so to speak, and our HR manager who passed this year, and a dear friend of mine, Eric Smithberg, who was our tooling manager. So we continue on without them and miss them greatly. But I'd like to introduce Nancy Homestead, who's our new HR manager, who's with us here. I'd also like to thank, while I have the chance, the Nelson Company and Paint Line and Temp Associates They're partners with us who help us in our business to help us to be successful, so thank you very much. 2015, from a top line revenue standpoint, was down from 2014 for us. We knew we were going into the year losing a few high volume programs that were dying off. But we also faced the downturn in the ag industry and the construction market this year that has helped us, that has hurt us quite a bit on the top line. We put a lot of effort into bringing on new business that we're launching right now. We've landed new products in the rail industry, oil and gas, and some hydraulic components. So we're working hard to launch those and looking for more opportunities that we're trying to bring through to completion for 2016. We've also invested in quite a bit of capital investment, starting in December, $500,000 in our milk department, putting on another $500,000 here in our product handling system throughout this last quarter here. So we're preparing for the upturn for 2016, looking for more new opportunities as well. And also, we've been working, I saw the slide, we've had some opportunities with China, bringing more companies wanting to bring parts back to the U.S. for U.S. manufacturing. But we also have noticed that China is on notice and they are pushing back. We've had several large programs that we've tried to win with competition from China. And to compete, they are offering no tool investment for multi-million-dollar packages of equipment, so they're trying to buy business to keep it from China. So there's that competition still going on, but there are more and more companies who are looking to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. So there are opportunities out there. So with that, we're looking forward to an upturn in 2016. Labor, we think, will be still an issue for us, getting enough headcount. We're a little under 250 employees right now, with not enough labor to support a significant upturn in business. So that will be one of our key opportunities out for that problem for 2016, should our top line go up significantly. So that's the outlook for Fairfield Castings. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gus. We now have Fairfield Precast Concrete with Cindy Searcy.
I'm Cindy Searcy with Fairfield Precast Concrete. My husband Mike and I have owned the company for 15 years, and it continues to grow each year. We've had varying amounts of growth. 2015 will be another good year for us. I know the last several years we've gotten up here and said we're going to get into making vaults. Well, we finally have. So, and this isn't burial vaults, but these are concrete tanks of various sizes to hold electrical components, sometimes divert water different directions. We made 2 of these large vaults for John Deere and Ottumwa. They each weigh around 40,000 pounds, so some nice big projects that we're starting to get into. Also grease traps for the different restaurants that are going in here in Fairfield, and also Ottumwa, Culver's, Peach Ranch, the new parties, different things like that. So we are expanding and continue to get into more opportunities. So thank you to Werner Doyle for hosting the chamber. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cindy. Frontline Print and Web with Roland Hecker. Roland wasn't able to make it. Well then, we will take H&H Mold and Tooling with Rick Herman.
Thanks for the great meal from Cameron and Doyle. And anyway, our business in 2015 has been really strong. As Lori stated, we have several new tools. Just trying to keep up. I want to introduce the employees that are here, and my father first, the president, Clayton Herman. Then we got Joe Gilbert, and then we got Scott McDowell, he's our foreman. Brian Burchard, he's a lead engineer. Sheila Oliver, she's our office staff. Mark Steinecker, lead engineer also. And, my nephew Mike Shank, he's an engineer. And Rick Clark, and he's a mold designer. So anyway, 2014, we're very busy, and 14 to 15's even been more busy, so we're just trying to satisfy our customers and do the best we can. We're looking for employees. If any of you have any relatives that have some skill, send them down here. We'll take care of them. But no, just want to thank the whole community. We've been in business for 28 years here now, and it's been really good, and we're very proud to be part of this community. And like, I want to reiterate how strong a relationship we have with Agra and Dick's and Glory, and we really appreciate your business. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. Hill Phoenix Specialty Products with Shannon Supesi.
Well, since I'm taking the place of Nate Wheaton, my comments will be a lot shorter than they normally would be. So I wanted to thank everybody on behalf of Hill Phoenix Specialty and its 683 employees scattered between two plants, one in Keosauqua just south of here and one in Centerville, Iowa. Because we're very busy and a lot of us are traveling, I could only bring one person today, but it's the most important person, the Director of Finance, Mike Casey. Many of our staff are traveling, or unfortunately today is our 2016 benefits meeting, so that's where most of them are. So as you know, six plus years ago, Hill Phoenix purchased Barker Company. I was kind of on the sideline for that because I actually was good friends with the president of Hill Phoenix, and it was a pretty funny story because he told me about how this little company in Iowa was really making him angry all the time, and over and over again. Several months later, I asked him about it, and he said, well, I just did the prudent thing, and I just spent, $100 billion and bought them. So, and that's how I ended up here. So since that time, Hill Phoenix Specialty has grown 70%, adding hundreds of new employees. In 2014, we actually grew by 22%. 2015 was a little flatter and a little down actually, which was good news for some of us. Don't tell Nate I said that. But last year we were working literally 6 to 7 12-hour shifts per day down in Keosauqua. So as soon as you start, I'm not from Iowa, but as soon as you start interfering with farming or hunting, that's big trouble. So despite the fact that our revenue is down a little bit this year due to cyclical natures of our business, we will still deliver record results for our company, which as a publicly traded company makes them very happy. And we'll ship over 12,000 refrigerated cases to customers throughout North America. So it's a great business. We've had lots of visitors this year due to a lot of our successes with continuous improvement and lean and those kind of programs, and a lot of visitors, and quite honestly, a lot of us are, because of what's happening here in Iowa, are being redeployed to other businesses in Hill Phoenix to help them. In fact, that's where Nate is. Nate won't brag about it, but he's done such a great job here in Iowa that he's actually doing double duty running one of our bigger businesses in Richmond as they fight through a transitional period. So Nate can't be here this week for that reason. But the future's very bright. We expect 10 to 15% growth in 2016. Our parent company is very, very happy with the Iowa businesses. It's one of the crown jewels of Hill Phoenix and Dover. They really invest in us, and a couple of things that are very interesting. Our capital budget is almost infinity. So we think we'll be able to spend $4 to $5 million next year on capital investments as Hill Phoenix and Dover continue to invest in what they think is a very great business. And we'll add probably several hundred employees over the next couple of years as we continue to grow at that point. a lot of the visitors who come to visit us looking to see why this business is so great, they say the same thing over and over again. God, we wish we had your Iowa employees, because a lot of our businesses deal with 20 or 25% turnover, and our employees are so strong here that they really are impressed at both how we retain our employees and the skill level of the Iowa employees and that kind of thing. And of course, we say the same thing, we'd like to have more of them too, so the only downside to it. But so on behalf of Hill Phoenix, thanks for inviting us, and look forward to next year and the year after. Thank you.
Next, I will be reporting for Performance Pipe. Mitch Cooper was not able to be here today, so I will read a quote from Mitch. Performance Pipe overall business is down in 2015 compared to recent years due to our geographic location that we service from our Fairfield location. We are currently in the process of adding a new production line to support our gas customer business requirements within the Midwest region. With the addition of this new line that is in place to come online by the first quarter of 2016, we will be adding additional manpower to our current level. They are in the middle this week of doing an audit of some kind, so he was not able to be here today. But we do have Mark Burnham from Shaw's Voorhees Companies. Mark?
Good afternoon. I guess I'm here to represent Shaw's Voorhees Companies. Roger's waiting over here to the wings to criticize me. We've been doing pretty good this year. Cleaning was down a little bit. We had a little bit of setback last spring with the fire that burned part of the paint line and offices. Everything's looking pretty good, I think. I don't know how the contracting's doing. I think they're busy. They've got plenty of jobs out there. I know manufacturing's been running very short on hours. I know Greg's going 10, 12 hours a day and running all of them. They're busy. He hired like 3 or 4 more guys this summer. Paint line, I think they're doing fine. I just kind of got through with this summer. That's what I know. I become partners with Roger and Gus about 8 years ago now, and so far we've built the cleaning business up to record levels, and hopefully we can keep going with that. So, thanks to Tom and Pat for dinner today. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Carrie Ebru from Winco Industries. I'm sorry, I cannot be here today. But we do have John Weisider from Nelson Company. Thank you, John.
I'd first like to thank Anderson Doyle for having this. Appreciate it. With me today is Mindy Farrell, Cindy Merrill, Jim Steinbeck, David Wall, and Clint Harden. That's the people that have they've all been at the Nelson Company, every one of them over 10 years, so I'm kind of old when I've been there forever. Our business in 2014 was pretty good. We had a decent year. This year, we're very ag-related. We build a lot of combine parts and things contribute to ag, and the ag business is very slow. Some of the businesses we talked to, they're saying their sales are down 40 to 50%. We're down probably 20%. It's been a real roller coaster. Some months we don't have enough hours to get everything done. Other months we might as well walk at home. So for the rest of the year, we'll just have to see what happens. Hopefully we can end on a positive note. Thanks very much.
Thank you, John. Next we have Sky Factory with David Navarrete.
have an officer of the company with me, Lauren Stein-Hill, who is also in charge of, she's part of our financial team, so she actually looks at all the trends in the company, so she's really savvy figuring out how the company should best market or promote the changes that I mentioned. First of all, I would like to thank our sponsors for today's lunch, and also thanks to Mayor Malloy and to Representative Curtis Hanson for attending and for organizing this event. Last year was an interesting year for the Sky Factory. For those of you that don't know what we do, we create virtual skylights and windows for interior spaces. We use photography, but we're not just symbolic photographs. We're actually trying to create architectural features. And we also have products that use digital cinema and use monitors, but that are not monitors themselves. They're also virtual windows or skylights. And that difference is very important because that's where the physiological benefit happens. And that's part of our job in educating people and knowing about this because they have very important benefits. Last year we started with a really great news. We earned our second Architizer Award. Architizer is architecture's largest global award program with an internationally acclaimed jury and participants from over 100 countries. And we released a new product called the Revelation Sky Ceiling, which is 4 times as big as our standard lumen sky ceiling. And that won the award for the popular choice for the best ceiling product. And that's really important for us because the way we promote ourselves in a very visual industry, dealing with architects, interior designers, facility managers, and owners, is to show them what these features can do for their buildings. Another thing that was really important for us is that we continued with the vertical integration of our supply chain. We're committed to be a provider of very stable local employment opportunities, and the way we can do that and also support our over 40 international partners is to have our engineers add more of the high-value components which we brought in-house and manufacture them here in Iowa. And that also allows us to cut on our carbon footprint rather than shipping all these components from overseas. We have them here in Fairfield. And this is really interesting because I was just reading about cities and what proportion of the population gravitates to cities. You know, most employment opportunities are found there. And they're saying that right now it's a really large percentage, and that would only increase in the coming decades. So it's really important for small communities like ours to continue to retain the high-value components of we manufacture in order to attract the talent that can make these components and be more competitive. Another thing that was really interesting that I'd like to share with you is some of you might be aware that there's a new certification standard in the industry called the Well Building Standard. These people are working with the U.S. Green Building Council, and they are building, this Well Building Standard is the successor to LEED. For those of you that might not be familiar with LEED, it's Leadership in Energy, Conservation, and Environmental Design. The problem with LEED has been that it has been focusing on energy conservation, which is a laudable goal. But when you consider that energy is just 3% of a company's expenses, you begin to see the difference in terms of how that compares to human resources. 90% of a company's costs have to do with people, their salary and their benefits. So if you have a building and you were making improvements to save or make it more energy efficient, that's great. But if you can do anything in those buildings, particularly in cities, and we're talking about what's called heat plan buildings, where you have a lot of enclosed materials, there's enough research now that we know that enclosed materials are not so good for productivity. Right now, you have this wonderful view behind me, the park or some green spaces. The majority of workers in big buildings, in big downtown centers, they don't have that. And after 45 minutes to about half an hour or an hour and a half of doing focused work, we need to recharge and have a view for the next days. When you can demonstrate that a feature that stimulates that and improves people's productivity, then you're really contributing to the bottom line of those companies. So we're really interested in the well-building standard because it's a allowing us to enter a new market in the U.S., which is commercial real estate. Europe is actually a little bit more ahead of us. Our partners in Europe have been selling a lot of our features in buildings overseas because they are more concerned about this. But finally, in the U.S., there's a big push to have companies incorporate some of these elements in order to improve the productivity of their employees. Just to give you a small stat, you know that if you were assigned an office or park or a main space, you're likely to take 15% less sick days. So if you take into account that most companies pay about $10 per square foot in sick days for their employees, if you take that away and you can show you can reduce that, it can help people actually make their buildings more efficient. So that's the power of this knowledge of features that you can incorporate in interior spaces. Related to this also in terms of research, that's why Sky Factory has always been committed to peer-reviewed research, and we partnered with Texas Tech University a couple of years ago. Just this month, we're in our newsletter, we're showing the results of a new study with Covenant Health. This was in a hospital in Texas. And in looking into patient outcomes, we found that putting one of our new sky ceilings in the patient room reduced acute stress by 50% and anxiety by over 35%. The interesting thing about this is that even though the literature is well established, it's showing that nature content improves the patient experience. There's very few studies that actually pinpoint the use of a particular architectural feature in producing this effect. The effect not only comes from the visual content of it, but we can create the spatial depth. That's really the key that creates this physiological benefit. And last but not least, we'd just like to share that this year we also unveiled 2 new products. One is the EC, which is our virtual aquarium. Many commercial spaces like to have aquariums, which are also shown to improve performance of people or make them feel more at ease. However, real aquariums are difficult to maintain, the fish just die. So having a digital one can give you the high resolution experience of the real aquarium without a whole bunch of drawbacks. And the second project we're working on that will also be a game changer for us with respect to the world building standard is that we're working with circadian sky ceilings that will actually use the color temperature of daylight, which varies during the day, and which our brains actually use in order to regulate hormone production. That keeps you alert during the day and sleep at night. Having that inside will allow employees that don't have a reason to be outside a reference in which they can stay alert during the workday. So we'll have that hopefully by the quarter of next year. So thank you for your time. It's great to spend time with you. See you next season.
Thank you, David. And now we have traffic devices, and here to speak is Werner.
Good afternoon. Business this year is pretty much on a record pace based off of last year's numbers. I've been with the company a little over 10 years, and when I started there was 19 full-time people. Right now we're running at 76 full-time people and about a dozen temps. We are slowing down. We're a seasonal business, so it's natural to come down. But in the peak time this year, we were running with around 60 full-time people and 74 temporary employees. We're looking at some new equipment this year. We have a new blow mold machine that's due in December, and we'll get our first robotic deburring machine, which will come in December. It'll be up and running by the end of the year. We're still looking to beef up the rotational molding department, and that will just be a continuous program. We're looking to build a new addition. The ground is going to be broken this fall and will be built in 2 phases. The first phase will probably start right after the first year after the thaw, followed by the second phase will be another building attached to the attachment to our building. We're going to start grading for this process late this fall. I'm thinking any time now, but we're looking at having a water main moved, so that's priority number 1. I'll say thank you, Pat. Tom, thank you very much.
being here. This is really every year a wonderful event, and when you come to something like this every year, you see the crowd and you do take it for granted, and then you hear someone who's been here for the first time and how overwhelmed and how overpowered they are with the presence of not just all the manufacturers that we hear representing their own companies, but the chamber members that are here to recognize you also. I would like the manufacturers to stand up, please, and be recognized all at one time, one group, please. And thank you once again to Tom and Pat. Your generosity, your hospitality, and your love for Fairfield is always very, very, very much appreciated. Thank you.